dinner and I asked Stevie how did he want his pork tonight. And so we're gonna do machaca. I found smoked pulled pork at Costco. This is 2 pounds for $11, $10.99, okay? And it comes in a vacuum sealed bag and it's all shoved down in there, okay? So that's what we're gonna use for our machaca. So what is machaca? Machaca is a Mexican dish that is shredded pork, onion, peppers, tomatoes, and egg. Okay, so that is the difference. So it's different than fajitas because you've got it all in there together in one pot, not separate like fajitas. And the pork is done with fried eggs with it. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. We're getting our pan nice and hot. And we're gonna throw our onions in and our peppers. Okay, and we're gonna start sauteing those. Now, depending on how big, you know, when the pork gets in there, I may just go ahead and pull these out and stick them back in a bowl and serve them like fajita style, okay? So, we don't want to wilt them or caramelize them. We just, you know, we want to wilt them. We don't want to caramelize them. That's what I should say. And then I've got chipotle roasted garlic from Grill Masters that I'm going to be using, okay? I like it. It's pretty good. And I'm going to use some Montreal steak seasoning as well because I'm out of garlic salt. And this has granulated garlic and pepper in it, so use that a little liberally. I'm going to use some cumin. I haven't used my cumin yet. You know, I'm not a big cumin girl because cumin to me smells like body odor. Does it to you? Or am I the only one out there that thinks cumin smells like body odor? Okay, I'm going to take the lid off. So I'm going to use about a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of chili powder. Oh, haven't used that either. Because we want to flavor each layer. Okay, so about a teaspoon of chili powder. Now they're open. Alright, so we're just going to fry them up, saute them. I've got some bacon fat in there and just a little bit more of avocado oil. Whoop. And in come the troops to see what I just dropped on the floor. Alright. Now they're all coated, so we're going to let that just saute up. And then what's nice is all the seasonings are still going to be in the pan when I throw the pork in there and the fried eggs, okay? So we'll come back, we'll take these out of the bowl, and then we'll add the pork and the eggs and fry it all up and show you how to finish it off. All right, okay? So we're finishing up these veggies. I'm going to put them into a bowl and then get my pork in the pot. Pan, okay? Keep dropping stuff. This is a really fast moving dish. I'm going to wipe my fingers off instead of putting them in my mouth. I'm going to put another tablespoon and a half of oil in. Turn my heat down just a little bit. And then water on, let it heat up. Because if I don't let it run and heat up, then the fat's not going to come off my hands from the pork, okay? And I want to be able to wash my hands while this is in the pan and get the pork off my hands. So I hate wasting water, but I'm not. I'm filling up a pan of water as well. Okay, so as you can see, this is a lot of meat. It may not look it in that package, but when you get it all open and you start pulling it apart, you start noticing this is a lot of meat, okay? All right, there we go. Let me wash my hands. All righty. And it's like covered in fat, and so it takes good soapy water to get it off your hands. Okay. So now I have an egg per person. So of course you wouldn't use all 2 pounds if there's only 2 of you, right? So I've got an egg per person. There's 6 of us eating tonight. And so I just lightly scrambled it. I didn't put anything in with the egg, but I am gonna go ahead and put in my seasonings. More of that chipotle roasted pepper. I really like that. And that is about 1.5 teaspoons, not quite a tablespoon. And I'm gonna put that in, and we're just gonna come closer. I want you to see we're just scrambling the meat, scrambling the eggs in with the meat. See that? It's that simple. Now in Mexico, what I've learned from my husband growing up in San Diego, he loved machaca. I had never heard of machaca before I met my husband. He introduced it to me, and this is a breakfast food, like a machaca burrito or a machaca torta would be a sandwich, and this is kind of like a breakfast food. Now we're going to serve this keto style in romaine lettuce. So like a taco shell made of romaine lettuce. So there is your meat. I'm going to stick a little bit of the Montreal so I get that pepper and the more garlic in it. Turn my heat back up. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put the veggies back in. And incorporate all that. So it's kind of like an eggy fajita, isn't it? Because I am going to put in my tomatoes. And I'm going to just lay them on top and let them heat, let them warm up, but I don't want to mix them up too much and get them all mushy and stuff. I just want to lay them on top and get them warm. Isn't that great? Look at that. That is beautiful. So, I've got some cilantro that I'm going to stick on top. Yes, I love the stems. Good for the digestion. So we're going to stick some stems on there. Not just the leaves, because it's going to wilt and it's going to soften up. Cilantro is so good for you, and if you don't like cilantro, don't put it in. Okay, but I'm going to cover that with cilantro. The steam's going to come up through the pan and wilt the cilantro, and then I've cut up 3 or 4 Roma tomatoes because they're meatier, and I'm just going to lay them on top. So I cut them in half and then I cut them into 4ths. Okay, so they're nice size, just like you would on fajitas. Okay, then I'm going to salt the tomatoes when I'm done putting them on there. Then what am I going to serve with this? I'm going to serve the fajita fixing. So I've got avocado, I've got sour cream and cheese. And, okay, so salt the tomatoes. We all love salted tomatoes, don't we? Okay, and I'm just kind of trying to target the tomato. There we go. All right. So, that's how it looks. And I'm just going to set this on the counter. And over here, if you'll come with me over here, I've got a washed head of romaine lettuce. I just rinsed it really good, cut the root off, and have piled it in a bowl to let it drain. And whether you're a petite eater or a magna cum laude eater, you've got your size of taco shell to eat this with. And I'm gonna serve this with sour cream, guacamole, and it's gonna be yummy. And we've got chocolate donuts and maple bacon donuts for dessert tonight. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It is such a good Mexican keto recipe. Mexican is so easy to substitute beans and rice and just use vegetables and lettuce wraps for your tortillas. You can make anything Mexican into a keto style dinner. I hope you enjoy this. If you do, will you let me know how you made it and how you liked it, and like and share with your friends. Well, have a good evening.